Sexist jokes, money drama, and nerds in revolt, The Big Bang Theory was one of TV's most beloved sitcoms, but there was plenty going on behind the scenes you probably didn't know about.
We got together and just fell mad for each other for about 2 years.
Any breakup can be hard, but when you have to see your ex at work every day, it has to be doubly hard. Look no further than Kaley Cuoco and Johnny Galecki's relationship. The former lovebirds first met on the show when they were both in separate relationships. As Cuoco later shared in an oral history of the series called The Big Bang Theory, the definitive inside story of the epic hit series, it didn't take long for her to fall for Galecki, she said. He has such swagger. We were both dating people at the time, but I only had eyes for Johnny. Then when I found out he had eyes for me too, I was like, uh-oh, this is going to be trouble. As the two continued to see other people, Cuoco and Galecki's chemistry only continued to blossom. They finally made it official after Cuoco split from her boyfriend and, shockingly, managed to keep things entirely under wraps. After their secret romance ended, Cuoco told CBS Watch magazine, "We never spoke a word about it and never went anywhere together. That's not the kind of relationship I want." And things ended on pretty good terms. The pair continued to work together and have remained in each other's lives, according to Cuoco. Yes, there was some hurt there for a bit, but it didn't take us that long to go back to what we were before we were dating and be friends. In the summer of 2018, the Big Bang Theory cast sat down to do a script read-through for the new season. Unbeknownst to most of the cast members, this would ultimately be their final one. Jim Parsons apparently saw the writing on the wall, though. Shortly after the table reads began, Parsons announced he would be leaving the show. Cuoco recounted the moment the cast was told the news, saying, "We cried for hours. We thought we were going to do another year, so all of a sudden your life kind of flashes before your eyes. I looked at Chuck and said, 'What are we going to do?' I couldn't breathe. It just felt like a death."
I could cry. I'm not going to.
Parsons' co-stars were without question rocked by his announcement. Galecki said that he was blindsided, while Cuoco texted producer Steve Malaro to say she was upset with Parsons.
"Amy, get the Neosporin. Somebody just got burned."
Although the tension eventually thawed, the show still more or less ended because of Parsons' decision to leave. In the late 2000s, nerd culture went mainstream.
Nerds! Nerds! Nerds!
The era was dominated by the Marvel Cinematic Universe, Game of Thrones, and of course, The Big Bang Theory.
I've got the Sword of Azeroth!
Alas, many members of the subculture apparently didn't respond well to the series' humor. Some viewers felt that the show was laughing at nerds and geeks, not with them. As one Redditor put it, "In BBT, nerd culture itself is the joke. I remember one episode where Sheldon said he was playing N64 on an emulator and the laugh track played. That was the joke. The idea that someone would want to play an N64 game on a computer was the punchline." What's more, actual scientists thought The Big Bang Theory lacked authenticity. Science writer Naomi Dinmore echoed these criticisms of the show in an opinion piece for iScience, writing, "All the male scientists on the show are lumped into this nerdy stereotype, even though there are plenty of scientists in real life who do not conform." While the show might have alienated some viewers, the intent wasn't to make nerd culture the butt of the joke. As actor Bialik told The Guardian in 2015, "We hope that The Big Bang Theory is changing the way people think of nerds and geeks by showing them having active social lives and relationships. I think that is an important way to portray them."
Live long and suck it, Zachary Quinto.
Any fan of The Big Bang Theory knows the song Soft Kitty, which Sheldon needed to hear every time he was sick.
Would you call that moss green or forest green?
But in 2015, the daughters of Edith Newland sued the show for using the tune. Soft Kitty was based on a 1930s nursery rhyme that Newland penned called Warm Kitty, but apparently The Big Bang Theory didn't reach out to Newland's descendants for permission to use it. Instead, the show's creators found the song in a 1937 music book, made a few tweaks, and got permission from the publisher to use it. So the lawsuit was ultimately dropped. According to Newland's daughters, they actually owned the copyright to the song, and they weren't thrilled to see the series make a boatload of money off their mother's work. As messy as all of this might have been behind the scenes, the cast seemed to put the drama behind them. Soft Kitty continued to pop up on the show, making its final appearance in a season 12 episode. Bialik has made a lot of waves over the years. In 2009, she told People magazine that her kids weren't vaccinated and offered this reasoning: "We based our decision on research and discussions with our pediatrician, and we've been happy with that decision." 3 years later, she dug her heels in further with an op-ed for Caveller, where she recommended some books by anti-vax authors. Evidently, the backlash got to be too much. In 2015, Bialik insisted she actually was not anti-vax and that her kids are indeed vaccinated. Then in 2020, she stated that she would be getting the COVID-19 vaccine, her first vaccination in decades.
But I have never, not once, said that vaccines are not valuable, not useful, or not necessary, because they are.
But that wasn't the only time she found herself in hot water. In 2017, Bialik wrote an op-ed in the New York Times titled "Being a Feminist in Harvey Weinstein's World." In the piece, she seemed to imply that because she doesn't look a certain way, she's protected herself from sexual harassment. As a proud feminist with little desire to diet, get plastic surgery, or hire a personal trainer, I have almost no personal experience with men asking me to meetings in their hotel rooms. Those of us in Hollywood who don't represent an impossible standard of beauty have the luxury of being overlooked and in many cases ignored by men in power. Her remarks, which came in the wake of the Me Too movement, were taken to task by social media and traditional media alike. Bialik later apologized. Over the course of its run, The Big Bang Theory caught a lot of heat for what some critics felt were sexist jokes and storylines.
I'm done with women. Like when I swore off Pop Rocks, they both hurt you on purpose.
In 2017, the pop culture detective called out the show's characters as adorkable misogynists and offered this definition of the term: male characters whose geeky version of masculinity is framed as comically pathetic and endearing. The blog post went on to suggest that because the characters present as harmless underdogs, they're held to a different standard when it comes to their treatment of women. It's a searing critique, but members of the cast have made comments that didn't help the show beat the allegations. In a 2015 interview with Redbook, Cuoco stated that she doesn't identify as a feminist, declaring, "I was never that feminist girl demanding equality." Understandably, this took a lot of heat, and she ultimately walked her remarks back. In 2017, the cast of The Big Bang Theory was at the center of a major pay dispute, with 2 female cast members earning significantly less than their male counterparts. Rewind to 2014, and the show's 5 original stars, Parsons, Galecki, Cuoco, Simon Helberg, and Kunal Nair, were making $1 million an episode. Their fellow co-stars Bialik and Melissa Rauch, who joined the cast later, brought in $200,000 per episode. The dispute reportedly caused tensions among some cast members, with rumors circulating about how it affected Cuoco and Bialik's off-screen dynamic. After Bialik told the New York Daily News that everyone in the cast was overpaid, Cuoco apparently took that personally. An unnamed source told Radar Online, "Kaley is furious at Mayim for trash-talking her earnings. She thinks it's just a case of sour grapes and jealousy." The controversy was apparently put to bed in 2017. The original 5 took a $100,000 pay cut per episode and boosted Bialik and Rauch's salaries to $450,000. Although it's not quite equal pay, it did at least keep the show's cast together until 2019. Despite earning fans around the world, The Big Bang Theory also earned critics. In a since-deleted X-post from March 2023, Indian political analyst Mithun Vijay Kumar shared that he took serious issue with a line from a Season 2 episode, in which Sheldon and Raj argue about 2 Bollywood stars.
Aishwarya Rai is a goddess. By comparison, Madhuri Dixit is a leprous prostitute.
The exchange prompted Kumar to take legal action. He said he found the joke to be highly offensive towards Indian culture, before adding, "So I asked my lawyer to send a legal notice to Netflix requesting that they remove the episode from their platform." Netflix ultimately dodged the dispute by basically telling Kumar to take it up with Warner Brothers. Kumar wasn't the only person who had a problem with the line. Indian actor and politician Jaya Bachchan specifically called out Nair, telling the Times of India, "Is this man insane? His family should be asked what they think of his comment." Though The Big Bang Theory is no longer running, Mayim Bialik has remained a lightning rod for controversy. In 2024, Bialik was lambasted for sharing a video to X of herself laughing at a clip of comedian Dan Adut telling jokes about the Gaza war and the Palestinian people. Many found both the routine and Bialik's video to be offensive and inappropriate. Though Bialik disabled replies to her post, her detractors still shared their reactions to her clip on the platform. Actor David Krumholtz wrote, "This is sickening. Children are dying daily. People are being held hostage. Trauma and hate festering, reaching new levels on both sides. And Blossom over here is in stitches. Gross."
I'm the queen of being imperfect.
Like many multicam sitcoms, The Big Bang Theory featured a laugh track throughout each episode, but some fans might argue that the show leaned too heavily on audience reaction. In 2012, a YouTuber posted some clips of the show without the laugh track that feel less like a comedy and more like a tense art house family drama. As a commenter noted, "Without a laugh track, this looks like a bunch of people who really hate each other. There isn't a joke in here at all." One of the videos has even been watched over 5 million times. The laugh track-free clips left some viewers to wonder whether the show's dialogue was actually funny or if they were just laughing along because laughter is contagious. One person wrote on Reddit, "Try watching some episodes without the laugh track, it's super cringe." For the record, Chuck Lorre told The Wrap they never used fake laugh stuff on the show because they wanted the audience's genuine response. He said, "If you've been to tapings, you know that silence is horrifying, but it tells you that you've made a mistake." While the actors never explicitly addressed the chatter about the laugh track, they have stood by the show's humor. As Rausch told HuffPost, "You don't want to mess with what they write because it's almost like this beautiful concerto that you don't want to mess up one note of."